stand with you.
You speak. You speak for yourself.
If you will not stand with Israel and the Jews,
No.
then I will not stand with you.
That was Ted Cruz saying, if you don't stand with Israel, I don't stand with you. To a whole crowd full of people. How insane is that? How insane is it that we have an actual politician potentially running for president again who will consistently say, I want to put another country first. That's who my top priority is. He said that multiple times. He's supposed to be a senator, I believe, of the United States. Yet he does more for another country, that one in the Middle East over there, than he does for us, than he does for anyone else. And he tells this whole group of people he will not stand with them if they don't stand for Israel. What a crazy concept. What a crazy sentiment from Ted Cruz, a potential presidential candidate, might I add, a potential presidential candidate. What a surprise. They're always like that, aren't they? But I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. I bring you content like this every single day. That way you can see what is really happening in the world. So make sure you hit all the buttons down below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn your notifications on for when these posts come through, because you deserve to know the truth. You deserve to see what is happening in the world. What are the big name people saying and doing that you may not hear about? And I make it easy for you. So let's just dive right into this clip right now so we can see exactly what's going on.
Respect for dialogue.
I will say this, I am saddened to see that some here, not everyone, but some here, are so consumed with hate.
The people didn't like that. The people did not like that. They know what's about to come. He says they were so consumed with hate. And honestly, to an extent, a lot of people are, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. We should not be consumed with things like hate. I don't stand with that. I don't believe anybody should. I try to come across things with a positive sense. And in modern times, there's a lot of hate in the world. And Ted is saying, oh, y'all are so consumed with hate. And I'm not going to lie, this isn't the worst thing in the world. You know what? Most people are consumed with hate. That's not the worst thing in the world, but there's a difference in hate and justified anger. What Ted is about to say makes me justifiably angry. That's what we're going to dive into. Let's just hear it again.
You cannot address your brother. I will say this.
You speak for yourself.
If you will not stand with Israel and the Jews,
No.
then I will not stand with you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny because literally the entire crowd is booing, is upset. They're booing him off the stage. He had to cut his whole speech short because the only thing that would happen is he knew that he was going to get booed, he was going to get ridiculed. So he said, if you will not stand with Israel and the Jews, I will not stand with you. That's what he says. How funny is that? On a more serious note, can we talk about some of the serious things with them? Can we talk about this whole question of that country and some of the things that they do? And what's crazy is I can't even fully describe everything to you because I will get censored, because I will get taken down. And then we ask, well, do they really control everything? I don't know. You tell me. If you can't talk about somebody, otherwise you get taken down, your voice completely smashed out. Does that mean that they control everything? It seems to lean that way towards me, does it not? It seems to me that if you talk about a certain group of people and you criticize the things that they factually do, and you get your voice silenced, maybe they are kind of running some sort of odd little scheme behind the scenes to shut everything down, to run this powerhouse. I think it's a question that we should be asking ourselves. Do you not? Do you not think that maybe we should consider that? So when it comes to this question of that one particular nation, Let me ask you this. What benefit do we receive from them? You may say intelligence. What does the intelligence have to do for us? If it wasn't for their faulty intelligence and lies and warmongering, we wouldn't need Middle Eastern intelligence. We'd be on good terms with Iran and Afghanistan. We wouldn't have been bombing them left and right. Saudi Arabia, Qatar. We're on pretty good terms with Qatar, I suppose. But so everyone goes to intelligence. Everyone goes to technology. What can we not receive technology? And even their technology, it's faulty. What about the pagers that blow up that they handed out? What about that? What about all of the Palantir type technology monitoring you in their technology? Did you know that Androids have a little app pre-installed that you can't take off that is literally an intelligence app to track everything you say, do, look up every single thing? Guess where it came from? So why can we not criticize these things, Ted? Why should we stand with them, Ted? And you're telling me you're going to run for president? That's where the movement is going in your direction, is that you're going to try to run for president? And that you're not even concerned with what the sentiment is here in the United States. You're concerned more about what happens there. In a speech here in the United States, you said you don't stand with your own constituents, potential constituents, if they don't support this other country. What? Imagine if somebody else came out and said, you know what, I'm not going to stand with you if you don't support Russia and China. How would you feel? How would you feel, honestly? What if it was Russia and China and not that nation? Like he speaks about that I'm not allowed to even say hardly. What about that? That's how evil this is. If we're being honest, we get much more from China than we do from this country. We get more intelligence, we get more good intel, we get more trade. So I don't understand how people can take this sentiment and they misconstrue biblical teaching. The Bible does not say that the modern day state of Israel is God's chosen people. That's an absolute misconception. And if you believe that as a Christian, come talk to me, right? It's not true. As a Christian, you are God's chosen person. You are his chosen people. The Bible makes that quite clear in Galatians 3, in Colossians, and Romans 9. It says that those people, the formerly Jewish people, were cut off of the vine. And that the Gentile Christians, or the Jewish Christians for that matter, all the Christians are on the vine now. We are a part of the chosen people. So no, there is no biblical argument. There is no political argument. There is no social argument. There is no financial argument. There is no argument that we should stand with them. That's my take on it. I don't know how people can come up with these sentiments constantly and say these things. To me, it's disgusting. It's a gross misrepresentation. And guess who has over $1 million in his pocket from saying things like that? Mr. Ted Cruz. This is The Right Wing. I'm your host, Jared Wright. If you like content like this, hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn your notifications on. I bring you this stuff every single day because you deserve to know. You deserve to know what people like Ted are saying. He might be running for president. Do you not want to know about all these little things that happen, like him getting booed off of a stage? That's incredibly important. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you stay tuned in for all of these updates.